Boom. All right, people, welcome again to MG Sports TV. Hopefully, guys woke up in the good morning, feeling nice, feeling light. So for the past week or so, I've been exercising every morning. So that's one of the reasons why I have the opportunity to do the morning show because my wife and I we get up early in the morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning, and we've gone to do some exercise in the morning, light jog, and just to stay fit, just to try and stay healthy, which is quite really important. Stay mentally healthy and physically healthy. Keep the relationship also healthy. Now, I want to speak about Demarai Gray. So I want to first of all say welcome, Demarai Gray. Well, you got an official welcome, but certainly now it's on papers that Demarai Gray will be representing us in the Gold Cup. This show this morning certainly might not be. It's going to be one in which it's going to create a lot of discussion. I am certain about that. It's going to create a lot of discussion. Now, let me bring up the talking points. First of all, the squad. I do think it's a good squad. The squad is a good look. I think it's a strong squad. Very strong squad. Very strong squad. So let's get on the talking point. We're gonna speak about the squad. We're gonna speak about fitness. That's one. Discuss the squad. Two. Fitness people. Remember that players are coming off vacation. Fitness. 3, chemistry, the team chemistry, cohesion, playing together. 4, this one is the coach, Mr. Himir Hall Grimson, his system and style of play. That fourth one is going to be very important. It's going to be a really important discussion. It's going to get some people boiled up as well. I believe it's going to get some people boiled up. And 5, we're going to discuss best possible starting 11 with that selection. Best possible starting 11 with that selection. So, hopefully guys are feeling good. Hopefully you guys are feeling good. So certainly I'm hoping that you guys are mentally prepared for this one. Let me tell you, the fourth one, people. The fourth one is going to be very interesting. And I'm going to give you my sincere output on the fourth one. And this is my some because I'm going to give you guys some underlining statistics which sums up the fourth one. And I do believe that player quality is a factor, but is it though? Is it though? The fourth one, the fourth point, the fourth talking point. The fourth talking point is system and style of play under Himir Al Grimson. That's the fourth one. That's the fourth talking point. System and style of play under Himir Al Grimson. So use the first 4 minutes to get that out of the way. I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful that I do get the opportunity to run through all of these before anything pop up, any of the discussions pop up. So I'm hopeful that we can get that out of the way. So first of all, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna do a small run through the squad. I know you guys would have already known the squad. Everybody discuss the squad. Everybody talk about the squad. So me now just doing this basically, a bit of reiteration, or should I say, or reiteration. Yeah, do the same that everyone has done so far. Basically, let me just. So as you can see, the squad is on your screen. And as I mentioned earlier, it is a very good strong squad in my perspective. The weakest point of the squad, though, yes, not everything is not perfect. The weakest point of the squad, I would say, would be maybe the middle of the park. That's where we lack a bit of quality in the middle of the park. As you can see on the top of your screen, that's just the only area I would say that we lack a little bit of excess quality. Defense, I do think we have the defense line is quite good. I think we have 3 very good goalkeepers as well. 3 of them has their own unique aspect. Let me tell you. Let me just give you a breakdown. Um, Andre Blake, I think he's the best shot stopper we have. He's the best shot stopper, commanding his box. But in regards to the modern style of football, I think Jamal Wade would be the more modern style of football where he can play the ball out of the back. He's like the sweeper, keeper sweeper, or he's the last man or the we call now the release valve. Whenever the defense come under stress, he's the relief valve. They can always depend on him to play the ball back to him, and he can pinpoint a pass. Even though I saw in the last game against Jordan where Andre Blake finding 1 and 2 passes, but it wasn't that consistent, especially when we're under pressure and we want to keep the ball despite we're under pressure. I think Jamal Waite is a bit better where that is concerned, where he can find a man in the midfield, find one of the wingers, find one of the right, the wide right players. I do think that Jamal Waite is more suited to do that. But I think, in regards to ceiling, I believe that Connor Boyce Clark has a significantly higher ceiling than both Blake and Jamal Waite. I can be wrong, but I think I can be wrong where that is concerned. I think the thing is Connor Boyce Clark is good with the ball at his feet. He's good at shot stopping, and he's also good at commanding his back. Only thing that Connor Boyce Clark lacks is that experience. He has played quite a few games, but he lacks the experience of the Andre Blake and also Jamal Waite. He's still getting there. He's not as good as Jamal Waite with the ball at his feet, but he's quite good, and he's not as good at shot stopping as Andre Blake. So he is a mixture of both. Unfortunately, he just falls short where the experience is concerned. So more game time, and I do believe that Connor Boyce Clark will be one of those super, if possible, one of those super talented keeper in world football. Now, let's have a look at the. Let's have a look now, people, at the defense. Let's see if we can run through the players that we have in defense. We have Amar Bell. I do think that for Amar Bell, last two outings, it didn't look. It looks okay, but I expected more from him. I really expected more from him. But certainly, he has now a more balance. You can see he has a more balanced defensive setup with more quality beside him now, where he can rely on his play, have more quality in the midfield. So it's more balanced where Bell is concerned, and more quality around him. But as I said, we're going to speak about other aspects of that. Ethan Pinnock, we all know what Ethan Pinnock has to offer. If Ethan Pinnock is not here, I do think that we might see Richard King coming back in the defensive lineup. So that's with Ethan Pinnock. I don't even have to mention anything. So hopefully everything work out well for Ethan Pinnock and family. Deshaun Bernard now, I do think that he's a good defender, kind of rash. Yes, he's kind of rash. Even if you watch a post-match press conference with Al Grimson, he said the reason why he took off Bernard was because he never wanted Bernard to pick up a red card. He has that. If you guys can remember, just think about it. If you guys can flash back on the yellow card that he picked up, he has that rashness in him. I do think that in time that will just fade away. I do think he's a very good centre back. Can see that he has more to learn. Where positioning is concerned, but certainly has time. Adrian Mariappa now. No, he's there. I do think that Mariappa is also there for the experience, the aspect of experience. Mariappa is also quite close to the coaching staff. For those who don't know, he's quite close to the coaching staff, and he's the one who's there to impart knowledge onto the players. Now, if you don't know, I do think that Al Grimson believes in Mariappa, where he's the captain on the ship. I do think he's the captain on the ship where that is concerned. So we will always see maps. We will always see maps until maps retire, people. But I do think, though, the last two games would have shown that Mariappa is a little bit off pace. It would have shown that it's a little bit off pace. And certainly that's one aspect. So, but certainly I don't think that we're in a case where we're heavily endowed or depending on Mariappa to showcase his defensive ability. But I think that we will have more than enough options here. Dexter Lembikisa, a player that I highly rate. Still learning the game. There's a lot for him to learn. I love his energy. His performances are always detailed around the energy that he brings to the team. His work rate is significantly high. I do think sometimes overwork himself. Fortunately, last 2 games, I do believe that the wingers never really gave him that much support, and he's always isolated. As I said, that's going to come back to point number 4. For the reason why Dexter is always isolated. So that's the reason why I said stick around, people. We want to discuss. We want to discuss point number 4. As I said, let me reiterate again. Point number 4 is Himir Al Gimson, system and style of play. We're going to discuss our opinion on that, what we think about that. Point number 4, just keep that in mind. Consistently keep that in mind, people, as we go along. Damian Lowe, I do think that Damian Lowe is still not fully fit. From what I'm hearing, I don't have, well, from what I'm hearing, he's about 60 to 70% fit. I'm hopeful that we can get him to at least 90. No, the entire backline, centre backs. One thing I do know that what Damian Lowe offer, one thing, despite the mindset Damian Lowe is rash, he's aggressive, he's this, he's that, he's rated. I'm sure, I am 100% sure that we have no centre back with the recovery pace that Damian Lowe has. And I always love centre back with very, very good recovery pace. It takes us out of trouble many times. And I've seen it over and over again. As I said, a lot of person might not agree. It's my opinion, people. It's my opinion. It's my opinion. Big up, Shav. Alright, so people, I soon get in the comment section. Just please, people, just participate in the poll. I'm not going to tell you what the poll is talking about. Just participate in the poll if you can. Nobody close it. Nobody just end the poll, people. Just close the poll. Just participate in the poll and just do what the poll tell you to do. Alright. Javier Brown. I do think over the 2 games, Javier Brown has shown that he has that capability to be solid, very, very solid, especially last game against Jordan. Even though I think the second goal, well, no, it wasn't his position. It was the fullback position. It was not. It was the winger's position because he came inside. I think Mariapa's last goal against Jordan, I think Mariapa was a bit culpable for that one. Was kind of ball watching a bit. All right. I do think that Javier Brown would have shown that in the last couple of games that he has what it takes. Unfortunately, I know a lot of persons are saying that they're tired to see Javier Brown, but I do think that Javier Brown can push forward. He's what we have right now, and we're working with him, and we're trying to get the best as possible out of performances out of Javier Brown. Let's continue. Who have we reached? Kemar Lawrence, the man out of retirement. We will see. I haven't seen him in a long while. I haven't seen him play in a long while. I won't come in because I haven't seen. Since I watched Whitecaps about 2 weeks ago, I watched Whitecaps, so we can talk about Javier Brown, but I haven't seen Kemar Lawrence. If I'm being honest, I won't say. So I'm hopeful we can see the all-time Kemar Lawrence. So we know boom up the line, a lot of energy. Well, he's always quiet, so he's not really, he might be a leader in the squad, but he seems to be more of a quiet person. So hopefully to see what Kemar Lawrence taxi offer in this aspect. Midfield now, we have Lambert, John Russell, Joe Latibodier, Bobby Reid, Daniel Jones-Kemper. So let's start off. Lambert, in the first match, Lambert came on in the second half, kind of stabilized the midfield. I think it was fairly decent. One thing for sure is that since Al Grimson has been in Jamaica, he has consistently called up Lambert. So it must have meant that he really, really trusts Lambert in that aspect. John Russell, good, solid CDM. Only issue I have so far with John Russell is recovery pace. It's very, very slow. It's really, really slow. I do think that if we're going to use John Russell, he's going to need protection. If it's a case in which you have a John Russell with 2 central, maybe like a Joel, if you want to use Joel there, a Joel beside a John Russell with a Daniel Johnson. We can't have John Russell, 2 man in midfield, and we're using Russell. It won't work. As I said, points to note. That's going to go back to point number 4, where we're going to discuss team system or style of play. John Russell in the midfield. With just 2-man midfield with John Russell, that can't work. That will never work, and it won't work. Well, I'm not the coach, so we can't say that. I can't say that. So let's continue. Joel Latibody here. Preferably, I'm surprised maybe because Al Grimson's looking at say, hey, here we have 2 capable right back in Lembikisa and Javian Brown. We can trust them, but we need to add quality in midfield. Latibody here, I do think that he's a very good technical player. He's a technical player. One thing though, he's very aggressive, maybe overly aggressive in midfield, and he has. I think did he got yellow card in last game? But he's no, he didn't play that. In the game, last game he played, he got a yellow card. Yeah, it could be a case in which he's maybe overly aggressive sometimes, but good central. He has played good in the central position. I do think personally he's our best right back. Unfortunately, he's in the national team now, so he's been deployed in a different position. Now, if we're going to have we're going to use a 2-man midfield, I would prefer to see the 2-man midfield comprised of Daniel Johnson and Joel Latibody. Let me tell you why. Personally, I do think that, especially going up against teams that are more cohesive or fitter, are good, where we have been training together, we have that chemistry, you're going to need leg work. You're going to need leg work in the midfield because they will be using a lot of runners in midfield. You're going to need leg work. And I do think that Daniel Johnson and Latibody can cope with the leg work. It's going to be difficult where John Russell and even Lambert is a factor because they're not the quickest. Kevin is a little bit faster than Russell, but is not that much. So, but that's how it is. Bobby Reid. Happy to see Bobby Reid back. We all know what Bobby Reid has to offer. Can play multiple positions. Right back, left back, right midfield, left midfield, right wing back, left wing back, right wing, left wing, attacking midfield, central midfield. Bobby Reid is one of those type of players. If you give him the gloves, he will go into the goal and have a wonderful game same way. Now, one thing for sure, Bobby Reid is a unique type of player where he will have a good game, have a bad game in the Reggae Boyz colours, have a good game, have a bad game. But one thing for sure, whenever he scores, and he always scores, whenever he scores for Jamaica, he always scores banger. Always scores banger. Always score bangers. Alright, so now Daniel Johnson, as you can see from the last game that Daniel Johnson played, quality player. Even in the last game when against Jordan, even when things were getting sticky, Daniel Johnson never hide, never turn his face away. Quality player, real top quality player. Very good central midfielder. Turns up anytime, no matter what the condition, he will always turns up in regards to performance. So highly rated Daniel DJ is a quality attacking midfielder. He can also play central midfield. He has the potential to play central midfield. So, quality player. Then now we have Kyle Paris. I do think the last game, Kyle Paris never really justify himself. But as I said, he's one of those players as well as you realize since Al Grims is in the place, both Kyle Paris and Lambert, they've always been selected. And that means that the coach sees something special in them and we can't look past that. So, in the first game with the Kyle Paris Qatar, looks good in the first half, and then the second half, he kind of fades away. So, once you see that consistency in regards to the performance in the first half of the Qatar game, if we can see more of that Kyle Paris, certainly we're expecting to get a good Kyle Paris. Now, let's move to the attacking lineup, and this is actually where everyone is most excited about. Now, the defense, I do think that if you look at the team in aspect, the engine is the most important part of a team. I do think that our engine is not that strong. So, for example, our squad, the midfield is the engine, and I think we have a Bugatti and a B13 engine. Fairly decent. Can do twin cam. Let me say a twin cam twin cam engine, a twin cam B13 engine. A double cam, I call it. I'm not an engine person. Inside a Bugatti. So that's it. So the front line, the attacking lineup, give the vehicle the Bugatti look. The attacking lineup actually do that. So, in all aspect, I do think that what we're looking at right now is a brilliant attacking lineup. A little bit shy of work. You can't say it's not world class, but top quality. Top quality. I can say it's top quality. All right, let's start off now. Mikel Antonio. We all know Mikel Antonio has. The problem is 4-4-2 system now. It's quite difficult if we're going to consistently, as I mentioned, style of play. Point number 4. We're going to get to that. Mikel Antonio as a second striker. Most of the time it looks a bit out, like he fades away the game. Like it just does not look that way. Like it don't look comfortable in a particular position. Leading the line, him leading the line, I think that's where it's more comfortable. But nevertheless, Mikel Antonio is top quality. I'm happy to see him back. Boza now, last weekend, Boza, even though Boza gave us a goal, in the first game, it's more evident and more easier for us to remember the goals that Boza missed in the last 2 games more than anything else. The last 2 games, the goals that Boza missed were vastly way more easier to remember than anything else. Very, very easy to remember more than anything else. But he scored a penalty. I do think that he would have reflect on that. I do think that he would reflect on that, and certainly I'm expecting to see a more reform hungry Boza. Know that your position is under threat. But we all know what to expect from Boza. I do think he's a quality striker, even though he kind of missed a lot, but he has a lot more to offer where that's concerned. So Boza sharpen up on the finishing, and then with a good order. If Boza was sharpened on his finishing, you can clearly say if Boza scored those goals, that he had the opportunity. We win both games, and he can clearly say that those 2 games that we would have won would have been on the back of Boza. And you'd realize, because he did everything else, except putting the ball in the back of the net. So you can see that the quality is high, but it's just the finishing that he needs to tap into. Leon Bailey, now, Leon Bailey he's the one where a lot of persons. Let me just I'm just going to record this piece. All right, so we touch on Leon Bailey now. Now, we're in a Gold Cup. This is another big stage. Leon Bailey is, I would say, let's say Leon Bailey is the face of the Reggae Boyz. Leon Bailey is the face of the Reggae Boyz, right? So you being the face of the Reggae Boyz, the expectations are that you should be the main man. I.e., Ronaldo is the face of Portugal, he turns up. Messi is the face of Argentina, he turns up. Mbappe is the face of this. So Alan is the face of Norway, he turns up. So all of these players who are the face of their teams, their national team, they tend to turn up. Pulisic, as you see last a few nights ago, Pulisic, face of USA. Balogun, another face of USA. Both players turned up. Guess what now? Alphonso Davis, face of Canada, turned up. Guess what now? Leon Bailey, you have to do the same. We can't consistently call Leon Bailey the face of the Reggae Boyz, or the face of Jamaica, or the Star Boy, or this or that, or Ray-Tay-Tay. But yet still, when he puts on the jersey, we get way below par. It can't be the case. No, this is a time where Leon Bailey has to fix up and say, okay, what do I need to do? Am I doing too much? Am I overdoing it? Am I underdo? Am I not doing what is required of me to do? And from the fans' perspective, it's 100% clear that you're not doing it. From the fans' perspective, if I should do a poll right across the board and said, and this is with the poll, has Leon Bailey done enough to be warranted or to be called the face of the Reggae Boyz? And I can guarantee you that most persons would say no. He has not done enough. Now, most times we see Leon Bailey, one too many touches, over dribble, want to be the main man. So he got to be the main man. And unfortunately, him trying to be the main man so badly end up not giving what is really, really required. keep it simple, keep it easy, keep it calm, and I do believe that in that aspect, I think we might get a better Leon Bailey. But it's going to be difficult, and I do think that the court, the jurors will be out for this Gold Cup specifically for Leon Bailey. I 100% believe so, because you have gotten sufficient time. A lot of players haven't get the opportunity that Leon Bailey got, and week in, week out, and he's a consistent, or would rather say he's a sure starter in the Reggae Boyz team, which means that you must give us a 100% performance. And in the aspect, we really see Leon Bailey get substituted, which means that once you're on the pitch and you're not getting substituted for another player to come on to give us that opportunity, you must be the man and win the game. Not just win the game, but be the man. Don't have to always be the man to do all this fancy stuff, but perform well. We saw you in Aston Villa jersey. You did well. You did well in a lot of those games in Aston Villa jersey. You don't try to be the main man in the Aston Villa jersey, and you did well. Don't take up the Jamaican burden on your back. Play the game simple. Play the game. The performance will come. And I think we might see a lot more from Leon Bailey. And maybe because of the excess pressure, why you're not seeing a better Leon Bailey. But Drew will be out Leon Bailey. You have a turn up this time. Everyone is thin. Majority of the squad is on a thin line, and I think your line is thinner than most, because you are the person everybody will look to. That's why. And you have to face the burden. You have to face the pressure. When Messi never win a World Cup, then say Messi no good, Messi a flop, can't win a World Cup. The whole country upon him back. Same is with you. You are the face of the team, and you have to accept the responsibility there, and you have to accept that the criticism that comes with it. You are the face. You are the man. And people must be the man just so. It must that you're good. And because you're good, we're expecting to see that. And that's what we want. Anyways, let me just stop the recording there. So let's move now to the next player, Corberg. Now, Corberg, in the two games that we have seen with Corberg, he scored a penalty in the last one, which at least we get something where that's concerned. Aspect is final. Corberg, one too many touches sometimes, but certainly his work rate is immense. His pressing is immense. But pressing alone will not suffice. Just pressing alone will not suffice. Keep on your press. When you get the ball, no end product. That is the area you have to work on, Corey. You have to work on that. Certainly, everyone wants to play good football. Believe that everyone wants to play football. I think all players want to play football. That is one of your biggest assets in pressing. Do think that you have mastered that. Keep on doing that, but you have to work on the weakest aspect as well in the goal scoring or the final third, decision making in the final third. That's an area that he definitely needs to work on. So, Corberg is the next player. Now, Dujan Richards, as the coach said, young talent. Well, everybody know that. Well, Jamaica know that. Think he's one of the best 17-year-old coming out of Jamaica. One of the best. I know two more. And the best youngster coming out of Jamaica. But certainly, there is areas that he has to work on. Very, very direct. Lift up your head. When you pick up the ball, lift up your head. You will see the pass. You will see what you get to do. Most of the time, by the time you dribble, you take a ball and run off with it. By the time you lift up your head, out. Start dribbling with the head up. Know the ball is at your feet. Look. Use the eyes. You can make better decision in that aspect. That's one. Two. Defensive work rate, you must do something about that. Get involved in the game. Team don't have the ball, know where you are supposed to be. Know exactly where you are supposed to be. I do think that maybe that's coming in point 4 where system is an aspect. Know where you're supposed to be. If you're a right winger, left winger, the fullback make the first press, you go slot in where the fullback is. If you see the central defensive midfielder slot into the fullback area, you slot into the central area. Cover whosoever is making that run. You now become the man who's watching the midfield run. In a normal aspect, if a winger has the ball and the fullback make the first press, what you find, the central defensive midfielder, they try to pick up the incoming runners. You as a winger, you go in behind and support and slot into that position. Defense is a team. Everyone defends. Football is a unit. Look at how Manchester City, they're a perfect example of a team. The striker, Alan, filling in. Alan at the 18-yard box and make a pick ball off an attacker, then break off, and then they restart. Now, I know a lot of Jamaicans say, look at my defender around there. That's the mentality we have. Look at my defender around there. Them can do the job. Midfield have to go across, go do the job. No. Defense start from the front. Once your team lose the ball, everyone get behind the ball. Every player get behind the ball and start picking up markers and cutting off the channels, cutting off all of the passing lanes them. Central midfielders them either cover the full backs them, or then cover the central zone and the wingers them drop back to cover the full backs them. Either. But defense is a team game. So, Dujan, those are the two areas that you need to work on. And once you start on those two areas, you're going to realize that your game step up to another level. Just lift up your head when you receive the ball, lift your head up so you can make a decision faster rather than just pick up the ball and drive. Anyone can pick up the ball and drive to the defense. We know the problem is, by the time you reach in the defensive third to make a decision, you get bombarded because what? You didn't really take a glimpse, you didn't look up, so you couldn't judge or estimate how far the players are away from you. So, lift up your head when you receive the ball. Secondly, work on a defensive work rate. Know where to be when you don't have the ball. Let's continue. Where do I reach? Now, the man that we all have been waiting for, Demarai, my apologies, Demarai Gray from Everton. Now, we all know what Demarai Gray has to offer. Very, very technical player. High quality player as well. Now, for those who don't know, let me tell you guys, even though Everton had a poor season, his attacking output is not really significantly high this season. I would understand that because the team had such a poor season, that would impact his season. Because he had a better season before where the team has done well, so that would definitely impact his season. He's now under a coach in which play more defensive style, not really good football. So I don't really expect to see him scoring or making the crazy amount of assists because of the type of coaching or the type of system that he's under, which makes everything way more difficult. But we all know what Demarai Gray has to offer. Now, my problem with this is now him coming in. Will we see him start right away? Will he get sufficient training sessions so that he can get on board and maybe Coach Al Grimson rest him, bring him on in the next part of the game, in the second half of the game or something like that to see what he has, to see how fast he can build chemistry, the morale and those things within the team. Even though, you know, other teams in EPL, Antonio, Liam Bale, these guys, they speak, they correspond on a regular basis. But certainly, really happy to see. Now, as I said, this front line, bossy piece of front line. All right, people, I've been here for a long time period, for half an hour, and I have been discussing the squad. I've been discussing the squad. All right, so people are saying that Papa Ferguson want to start instead. Liam Bailey needs to step up for Jamaica, the Gold Cup. Famous MG Gray is a professional. 2 or 3 session and him good. Nah, that's not how it is. Fabian Full, that's not how it is. Andrew 55 said Boza energy is up. So people, first of all, let's say big up everyone that comes, everyone in the comment section. My respect. Thank you guys for turning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. That's about turn. Thank guys for turning up on the program and tuning in. Thank you very much, people. Really appreciate it. I'm certainly happy to see you guys, and I do believe what I want you guys to do in the comment section at this present moment. Chris Smith said Balogun walked straight into the USA 11. One thing I want to know, Chris Smith, how much training session or how long was the Nation League squad training before the Nation League match? Go and do the research on that one. And that's the reason why. He had multiple training sessions. The team arrived tomorrow. The delegations them leave, but not everyone going. So the team arrived tomorrow. They have Thursday evening and Friday match on Saturday. How much training session do you think that can incorporate? I'm not saying that he will not start. I'm saying most times when a new player come into a team to get to understand what the coach want, them rest him. I'm going to see the team I play first. Then him should be mean. Most time. As I said, people, what I want you guys to do in comment section right now, out of a scale of 1 to 10, can you grade the squad in terms of the defense, 1 out of 1 to 10, midfield 1 to 10, attack midfield, attack 1 to 10. I think the goalkeeper, I'm perfectly fine with the goalkeeper. So out of 10, I wanted to grade all 3 positions of the team before we get to the next aspect of it. All 3 wanted to grade it. The next topic that we're going to touch on, people, is fitness. That's the next topic we want to touch on. But let's do the grading first. Milovic said 1. Jim Brown said, "Abel Schoolboy make it, but him a play like him have him have World Cup experience." Sean Sutherland said 8. Pep Alex Ferguson said Pep Alex Ferguson 1 said 8. Sean Sutherland said 7. Kiddo Sam said, "I would like to see a change in formation. Amari Nelson Boza was in the same age league at 17, scoring goals." Yeah, man, Boza played Jamaica football from him at 16 years old. Kiddo said defense 8. Demarai said 10 out of 10 for the GK. Midfield 6 out of 10. Forward 8 out of 10. Something to the defense, Demo. Javan David said defense 4, midfield 6, forward 9. I think the defense actually should get more than the midfield. I think the midfield. Let me drop enough for me. I drop my own people. Defense are GK. I'm happy with the GK them. I'm happy with the goalkeeper. I'm very happy with the goalkeepers. GK 10. Defense. I'm gonna say 8. Mid. I'm gonna say 5 meh or 4.5. Attack. I'm gonna say 9. You know what? Nobody now getting a 10. And when I'm the day here. When I'm the day here or no Allison or Edison. So I'm gonna say 9. So that is mine, people. That is mine. Darrington Ferguson said defense 6 out of 10, midfield 5, forward 7, not bad. Kiddo Sample said midfield 5. Kiddo, what make you separate it so? Chris Smith said military only Jamaica Missy talk foolish about ball. I don't use the CONCACAF USA. Very good players on their bench and they still start Balagan. Chris Smith, I never said anything about who have quality players or whatever. All I'm saying is most times, I want you to listen to me keenly, Chris Smith, please. Listen to me. Most times, most teams, when a new player come into a team, they normally, even when they get a training session, they get, when a match player, if they're not getting a practice game, when a match player, they normally come off a bench, them see how the team play first, based off what the coach wants and the instruction of the coach wants. Most times. I'm not saying it happen all the time. So, Balagan starting, I never said that shouldn't happen, and I've never said that it's impossible. All I said is, most times. Please get that. Please, may I beg you. Sean Answer said 8.5. Kiddo said forward 7. Chris Jr. said Coleman 7. Midfield need more to be 10. Demarai said defense 8 out of 10. Not bad. R said 4 for the team. Not impressed as yet with our style of play. That's point number 4. We are on point number, so we get point number 1 out of the way. Point number 1 out of the way already, people. So we're going to go point number 2 now. R said what I go and big up tennis. Travis said Christmas, so what you saying? Great, I walk right into the Jamaica national team 11. He can. Not saying that he won't, but he can. But we don't know. There's no surety. Jim Brown said, don't be surprised if we come out as the top scorer over the big name. He is hungry. All of the players are hungry, but I'm not going to say a surprise, but remember that coach already alluded to minutes. And if you look into it, who you think he's going to start over? Even if he come on, he has to make a big impact in scoring in those moments when he come on. Because I do think the majority of the minutes will be shared amongst Mikel Antonio, Demarai Gray, and Leon Bailey. I do think it's going to be shared amongst them. And Shaman Nicholson. If Nicholson don't start, the first person coming off the bench, I think it's going to be Nicholson. Chris Smith said Military Pepper scored in the game before Balagan came, and they still start Balagan. Those countries know how to treat top talent. I never denied that. Never denied that at all. Demon said Blake better than Edison. Hey, Demon is easy, you know. Travis said only Harding was in the 50-man roster. Christmas said Travis, he can walk right in. Pep said tired of USA now, need a win Saturday. True, man, long time. Chris Milton Balogun never played a game for USA before the Mexico game. I never said nothing. I never said nothing. I never said anything. Me not deny it, Chris Smith. I'm not denying it. One more time you going to tell us me not deny it, Chris Smith. Jeez. Craig Mantix said, looking forward to this game on Saturday. Will not be negative about this team. However, my hopes aren't high on this team. I'm not denying who and who will start. I'm just saying. I'm not just saying. When we reach, Jim Brown said, Fox, Wing Zero Hero said, what do you mean by Caps payroll Pereira? I don't know what I don't know what they're speaking about. Demon just said, don't get all people cussing about the squad on the 11, so easy to pick and will play most minutes. Kiddo said the players should agree to play 4-4-2, then switch formation themselves. Boy, Kiddo not easy now. Alright, so people, Kiddo, when we reach the point number 4, bring that up, please. Bring that up again. When I bring that up, please, hopefully me remember it. Just write it in bold, so hopefully me can remember it. Akeem Simpson said, Chris, you know the pump? Alright, we're not gonna follow that. Have there ever been a stream without some unnecessary argument? No, I'm not arguing. First of all, I don't like to argument. I don't like to argue. Sean Answer said, MG, what is your start 11 out of the squad? The start 11 is going to be the number 1. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the number. That's the 5th point. We're going to touch on start 11. All right, we're going to move away from that now. Amari Nelson said, a bit late to the discussion, but where is Ravel Morrison? Is he injured or the goal for the Gold Cup tournament? No, the coach didn't select Ravel due to game time and all of these things. It seems to be a neutral decision between both Ravel and coaching, which we all have to understand. Jim Russell, bro, trust me, this Jamaica team is well selected. Remember my words. All right, so let's get into the meat of the matter. Let's get to the meat of the matter. When we reach, let's get. Me I go get to the next point now, people. The next point me I go to. Big up Theo Nero. Big up Theo. Big up my bro. Okay. All right. Next aspect is fitness. This is the next aspect. Now let's remember that this team, the players that are coming in now, who are likely to start, the Bobby Reed, Leon Bailey, the Mikel Antonio, were likely. Just saying, if the team is fully, if possible, Ethan Pinnock. So Mikel Antonio, Leon Bailey, Demarai Gray. In midfield, Bobby Reed, Daniel Johnson, at least those players would already have fitness. The new addition to the squad, I do think that we're going to have a fitness issue. And as you can see, the coach did say that even in the last camp, Demarai feels based on the fact that he just finished season, he looks a lot fitter than the other players. So I do think that like the defenders, they will be a bit fitter. Because the players that were in camp before will be fitter. So I'm expecting to see those players looking sharp. Unfortunately, no. The players coming in, I don't think that they will be 100% where fitness is concerned. Because most of these players are coming off vacation. Maybe, man turn up with him rum belly. Or him belly, or, some kind of a little bit more food. And then now, this Gold Cup season is to get him back into shape going to the new footballing season. I do think that we might have a slight fitness issue where that is concerned because players are coming off vacation. Yes, people are going to say these guys are professional. I agree. But every professional come back in camp and need to work their fitness where that is concerned. Chris Smith said, military USA squad went into camp the first day of June. How many days they trained together? The 1st of June. Think about it, Chris Smith. When did the final play? The 1st of June, and when did the final play? When did the semi-final play? When did the final play? Think about it now, from the 1st of June. They got at least 2 weeks, roughly about 2 weeks preparation, Christmas. About 2 weeks preparation. Travis, Mikel Antonio, Kevin said, Travis Passer, yeah, no problem with any of this selection. MG, please pull up the USA squad. The man fire. No, listen, the USA squad that we will play is mostly a team of MLS players. Now, the Nation League squad is where the big guns are at, and a few of them will trickle across to join in the Gold Cup. But what's happening right now is you'll find out that it's mostly MLS players the USA is going to use. Unfortunately, though, for Jamaica, that team we're going to play is fit, still in season, because season never done, so them fit, sharp, ready to go, top notch, them ready to go. So that is very, very unfortunate for us. Fortunately for us, though, we have some top quality. But point number 4, top quality alone don't win games. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to join point number 3 and 4. I'm going to join number 3 and 4 on them. Number 3 is team chemistry. Now, I know a lot of persons kind of don't play team chemistry for many, many different reasons. They say, boy, team chemistry is nothing, boy. The players are quality players, so they will adapt fast. Let me tell you something, people. You see, a team that is cohesive, knows what they're doing. It doesn't matter how much quality you have in the next team, man. It's difficult, very, very difficult to beat them. Extremely difficult to beat them. And let me show you that. Look at the Jordan game. Look how many quality players we had on the pitch. Look how many quality players we had on the pitch. How much players were playing at a high level. A lot of players were playing at a high level. But if you look at how Jordan play, I want you to look at how Jordan play. They play cohesive football. You can see that they understand what they wanted to do. They overload on either wings, on both wings. When they're on the left-hand side, they overload. When they're on the right-hand side, they overload. They know exactly what they're doing. The player positioning was perfect. The defensive line, the line between the defense, the line between the attack, the line between the midfield was so perfectly in line, perfectly in sync. The attackers won, the defenders won. Noticing the people even though we got opportunities, that's football. You're gonna get opportunities. We only score from a penalty spot, in which defense one slight error, defender make that. But look at what they did, how they pulled us apart. Look how many times they pulled us apart. The amount of times they pulled us apart. That's not just quality alone. That's a team that has chemistry. That's a team that has chemistry. They play very, very good together. They play proper football. And I strongly believe that at this moment, it's my perspective, people. This is my opinion. I don't think that our team has chemistry. I do not believe our team has chemistry. Remember, none people. Moral is different from chemistry. You develop team moral by players bonding together, by players understanding each other, players speaking the same language, players having some level of connection verbally. But team chemistry now is a different aspect. Team chemistry is a team that plays multiple games together. A team that plays multiple games together without the majority of the team being disturbed. Now, if you look at the USA MLS team, many of us might say, boy, when you look at our team where individual quality is concerned would be superior to the USA MLS team that they're bringing to would be superior where individual quality is concerned. Not all across the pitch, but majority of the Reggae Boyz team where individual quality is concerned, we will be superior. But you guess what we don't have? That team that we're going to put out, we can pick 11 teams here who have played the most football together, and they still would lack the chemistry because they haven't played that a lot of football together for them to have that bond. For example, let me give a perfect example. In the midfield, let's have a look at the possible midfield. The possible midfield we're going to start. Let's say we're going to start a team that the midfielders, these players would have played again. We're going to use, they have played most games together, who have been around the longest. So let's say Bobby Reid, Daniel Johnson, Kevin Lambert. So let's those three players would have been three players that have played a lot of games together in the Jamaica team. Unfortunately, the three of them have never played in midfield together. They have never played in midfield together as a midfield three. So even if we put them together because they have played the most Jamaican game together, it will not have, there will be no chemistry there. Lambert would know when Daniel Johnson is going to go. Lambert would know when Bobby Reid is going to go. Bobby Reid would know when Lambert is going to sit back or drop off. None of them would know. None of them would know. They don't know anything. They won't know anything about each other and how each other play. They don't know because they haven't played together as a midfield three or a midfield two. Now, we can say that John Russell and Latibodier in the Qatar game would have played alongside each other. So maybe that is the only balance that we have. Remember, now I want you guys to remember, when we played against, I think it was, I don't want to mistake, when we played against Mexico, let me give a perfect example. When we played against Mexico, where's the Jamaica team? I'm going to give you an example, people. Let me go back to, I'm going to go back to the Mexico game. Jamaica. When we played against Mexico, this is our midfield three. This is our midfield two. We had Johnson and Ravel in midfield. Bobby Reid on the right, Jamal Lowe on the left. Listen keenly. We had Johnson and Ravel in the midfield. Now, we can feel a backline that is very much similar the same to the backline that we feel in the Mexico game. In Jamal waiting goal, Javier Brown at right back, Damian Lowe, Ethan Pinnock, and Amar Bell. That back five, we can repeat that again. That's the reason why I said the defense line is quite good. But guess where the problem lies? Now, when the defense line wants to progress the ball, do these defenders trust any one of these midfielders that they're playing with for the first time in their life? It's the first time they're playing against these players. They're playing with these players in midfield. Ethan Pinnock, Damian Lowe have only played with John Russell in midfield once. Just once. Just once. Just once. Just once. So think about it. And we might see like the likeliness of a Latibodier and a John Russell in midfield. We might see that. And we have only seen that deployed once. We have only seen that deployed once. And that was against a Qatar team, which we can say maybe is going to be weaker than the USA team. We can say that because that Qatar team was a mixture of a lot of different players looking to try to make the Qatar first team as well. So the MLS team they're going to go play against now. Let me tell you something, people. First of all, they're playing in the same league. So they have a total understanding of how each other play. They have been in training from Wapi, Philo or whatever. They have been playing for so long. They have been training for so long together. So they know exactly what to do, when to do, how to do. And they understand each other. We don't have that. We don't have that. So guess what we're going to do? This is what we're going to do. We are going to compensate the chemistry for quality. It works sometimes, but not all the time. We're just going to have to hope that the quality that we have can outdo the chemistry. I can fix it. I just, fix the chemistry gap. That's what we're going to hope for. That's what we're going to hope for. All right. Now, we're going to go to point number 4. This is point number 4, people, which is a very, very, the most important aspect that I want to touch on. Now, this is what I want you guys to do in the comment section. In the comment section, I'm not speaking about formation. Formation and system of play are two different things. Repetition, as I said, I keep on saying, repetition highlights training. Repetition highlights system. Repetition highlights what a team wants to do. Repetition highlights the identity of a team. What do I mean by repetition? When you see a team playing a particular pattern of football, that means that is how they train. That means that is what they're trying to do. Even if it doesn't come off, that's what they train and that's how they want to play. So, let me give you an example. The goalkeeper picks up the ball, knock it to the right back. The central midfielder comes short. Even though the central midfielder comes short, the winger knock it to the right back, knock it to the right winger. And people are going to say, why never give it to the central midfielder? He came short. Then, the second play again. Right back, central midfielder comes short, knock it to the winger. Third time, right back, central midfielder comes short, knock it to the winner. Fourth time now, right? Because guess what now? Because the central midfielder consistently come. At some point in time, the opponent are going to say, no, I'm not going to get it. So I'm going to just go cover the winger now. Yes, sir. Go to the central midfielder. But those repetition showcase that is what they were trained to do. That is what they were coached to do. That is how their system build up their play from the back. That is how they train. That's what they do. That's how they play. Now, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You see fan of mine that come with some madness and now. Fan of mine, did I say all MLS team play the same? My word. Why you think where they get the idea from? I said the team is in training from the start of the month. Where you come from, me say all the team them play together. You know, you are going. Alright, me move over from that. Man. Fan of mine that always come with some something, I tell you. Anyways, now I strongly believe since for the longest time period now, I can't say that her team has a particular brand or style of play. So what I want you guys to do in the comment section right at this present moment, tell us what type of football do we play? Do we press? Do we half press? Do we sit back? Do we counter? Tell us what you think in the comment section, the style of football that we play. What I'm going to do, I'm going to open the phone line. People are going to open the phone line for you guys to tell us what you think. I won't spend long, I want you guys to tell us what you think. Me not bad I go open my phone line. I think about it. Let me know if you want me to open my phone line. Let me know, guys, if you want me to open my phone line. Tell us what you think in the comment section. Do we play a half press? Do we full press? Do we press when they lose possession? Do we press when they heavy touch? Do we sit back and counter? Do we play with a false 9? Do our wingers collapse inside and allow the false 9 to drop back to support in midfield? Do our fullbacks push forward? Do we create overloads? Tell us what you think. And this is what I'm going to do. There's a reason why I'm doing this. Richard Marshall said half press. Romy Starboy said counter press. Half press. Not seeing enough answers. Not seeing enough answers, people. Travis said Jamaica go wake up, they will conquer off this World Cup. Remember me telling you. People, answer me now, people. What kind of style of play? How do we play football? Patrick Riley said have to give the coach time to develop style of play. He still gets piece to carry it out. Yeah, no problem. I'm not saying that we should pressure the coach. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, remember now, people, we are going to a big major tournament. As Travis Presser said, we are going to wake up the whole of CONCACAF. But guess what? What is it that we're carrying to CONCACAF? Are we just going to carry a team with some big names? We're just going to carry a team with some big names. Then what? We go out there and look like we don't know if we play football? Is that what we're going to do? Is that what we're going to do? Just go out there and look like we don't know if we play football? And hope that our quality carry over the line? Is that what we're going to do? Fan of mine said Jamaica should play it safe. A draw is better than a loss. Rashir Moore said 4-3-3. Sean Answer said we sit back and conceive goals. So people tell us now. Jesse Guna said the coach has used different styles so far. Against Argentina, it was just low block, Qatar was a counter press. Jordan, it was a high press. Interesting. Very, very interesting. What did we play against Trinidad? Remember, say we played a lot of games, man. We played 7 games so far, man. Tell us the type of play, the type of system that we have played so far. And have we settled down on any? That's the reason why I said that point number 4 will be very, very important to the people. Let me tell you something, people. We might look on our squad list, right? We look at our squad list and we look at all the big names and we see the Mikel Antonios and with Demarai Gray and the Ethan Pinnox and all of these things. And we think automatically problem solved where playing football is concerned. That's what we think automatically. But in truth and in fact, that's not how football is. That's not the reality of football. Now, every team has a brand of football. Every team has a particular style of play. Jamaica is the only team I've seen that we highly hope and expect magic from individual players. And that is the reason why we consistently highlight individual players. When one player misses a goal, automatically we think the player loses the game for us. We are so fixated on individual players solely because of our other deficiencies. If we had a system, a brand of football, and we know playing that brand of football can get us goal. That brand of football, playing high possession or probably high press, which winning the ball in the top area. If we win the ball over here, so what can we do in transition? How we transition to goal? If we lose the ball here, so how we counter press? If we win back the ball, if we lose the ball, what do we rest defense do for cover the areas the gaps that have been vacated? These are aspects of football where Al Grimson is getting paid for it. This is Al Grimson bread and butter. And this is where we have beaten many people. I've done a lot of things. I've beaten JFF, beaten players for this, beaten that, I've done that. No. Now it's time for we discuss the coaching role. And a lot of persons shy away from this because they don't want to give the perspective that they are going at the coach or they are being overly demanding. But in truth and in fact, the truth is, this is the aspect of football where this is how we win football games. Because we can have those big names in a starting 11. All our big names them will list up on our squad. And a well-organized team with a brand of football and high team chemistry will we and make it look like we don't know nothing about football. Make it look like we don't have a clue despite all our names don't want up on the field. That's where I'm getting at, people. That's where I'm getting at. So Marcus said military demand I say agreed to 442 and change it after someone said it earlier. Oh, all right, yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Now that would be very, very funny, right? Listen, the 442 is not the problem because many teams play 442. Look at Man City. Man City play 3-2-4-1. Man City play 3-2-4-1, but their build-up play through the defense. Then they have the floating centre back in John Stones, help progress the ball. John Stones right beside Rodri, who's helping to progress the ball. So the formation is not necessarily the issue. We could have played 1-1-1-1-5 and whatever. And it's all about how we progress the ball, how we defend when we don't have the ball, and this has to do with the system of play. So unless the players in this side say, here we're going to train differently in how we're going to play, so we come out at 4-4-2. So really and truly, the 4-4-2 is not the problem. It's not the 4-4-2 is the problem. It's that we just don't have a system. And this is where, for me, a lot of people are going to beat my feet. This is where I challenge the coach. This is my challenge to the coach, Himiral Grimson. That I want to see as a supporter of the Reggae Boyz, as a I'm never gonna say as an online media, or online analyst, as an online analyst, I would challenge the coach to see Jamaica playing a brand of football. No, many persons are gonna say that, boy, it's too early to be seeing a brand of football. But you ask the question, is it really too early to see a brand of football? Is it really too early? Attempt trying can give you evidence that at least they're trying to do that. But if you're consistently seeing these individual type of football games, it means that we're still depending on individual brilliance. We're still depending on individual brilliance. So a brand of football, and I understand that a person can say that fear come from whatever. The national team can have a brand of football. And it don't necessarily mean that it has to be stemming from the grassroots football in Jamaica. Because really and truly, our national team, you're really gonna find grassroots footballers in our national team. A 1 and 2 you'll find, but not a lot. It's going to be mostly comprised of players who are playing in the higher leagues overseas. Which means that when they're at their particular clubs, that is how you play. When you come play for the national team, this is how we play. This is how we play when you come play for the national team. Let me give you an example. Trippier. Is it Trippier? No. What's the example? I try to give an example where the club, or you play for your club different from you play for the national team. Yeah, quite different. But as I'm saying is that when you come play for the national team, we must have a particular style of play. So this is how we play. We know that you play like that for the particular. I was trying to find an example where a player plays particular, but if you look at, so for example, like England, not really a possession-based type team. They more play more like a all guns out attack business, where the England players such like or for example like Harry Kane. For England, him now a system where you get more, they're high up the pitch, now if you drop back so deep, like when he play for Tottenham and all this. So you'll see the difference. So the national team don't necessarily play like the club, but the national team must has an identity of how they play. Yeah, like John Stones. John Stones play centre back for the national team, but if he in club, he might play floating midfield and all that kind of something there. Max said, just use Davis as an example, play left back for Bayern, but left wing for Canada. Exactly. So we know we have to realize that for the national team, we must have a brand of football. So we know that these players, listen, Mikel Antonio, when you're at your club, you probably play like that, where it's a one-man army or fight against it, whatever. But for Jamaica, we're going to play a bit higher up the pitch. We want to play a bit higher up the pitch. We want to press from the front. This is how we play. Leon Bailey, I know you play. When you're at Aston Villa, you play this person trying to take on players. No. For the national team, we want to keep it as simple as possible. Pass and move. Just to see him. So, that's what I'm talking about. Richard Marshall said, Maguire, he said, play bench for in club and start for national team. Anyway, so that is where I'm concerned, where the system and style of play is at. I challenge the coach. Listen, I don't really nobody. I don't know nobody where coaching is concerned and something there. I don't know nobody if I challenge the coach either. I've never coached a national team before. But as a small person, I'm challenging the coach to see something. I want to see this. This is what I want to see. I want to see the team playing. Just as though you challenge the team. Just as though when you challenge the team, to see the team winning. Challenge the coach winning so much, I am challenging the team to see a brand of football, a particular brand of football, where we see repetitions, where we see players making runs in particular position of the field over time and time again, because that is what they were coached to do. That's what they trained to do. So that's what I challenge the coach to see, a brand of football, a style of play, where a system of football where we can move forward with. So let's move now to the another aspect of, so move from point number 4. So we're going to move, so me personally, I don't think, last thing, let me make this clear, I don't think at this present moment, we have a style of play, our system of play. We don't have none. Based off what I have seen from my perspective, I don't think so. So what we're going to do now, we're going to select the best 11 with the team that we have. We're going to select the best 11 people with the team that we have. We're going to select the best 11 from the team that we have. FM data. We are going to select the best 11. Squad builder. So stick with me, people. What is this? I don't know. Create squad. Now, for me personally, I'm not going to change from the 4-4-2 formation. And the reason why I'm not going to change is I have to go with what Al Grimson is going with. And it makes no sense me change formation and Al Grimson, the formation from what Al Grimson is using. I'm not going to change it, people. My sincere apologies where that is concerned. I won't change it. That is the coach's style of play. System, I should say, our formation, preferred formation. I don't see it necessary that I should change it. What am I to change the coach formation? And that we're going to use. No matter what we do, that we're going to use, people. No matter what we do. It doesn't matter what we do, that we're going to use. So, it makes no sense me change it. Makes no sense I change it, people. So, let's get to the meat of the matter. In goal, people. What are we going to go with? A ball handlers. Shane, big up Shane Billings. What are we going to go, people? Ball handler, or we're going to go with a shot stopper? Are we going to go with the ball handler, or are we going to go with shot stopper? Alright, so everyone is saying Blake. So let's go with Blake in goal. Andre Blake in goal. Dexter. I think Dexter Lembikisa is going to start. Left back, Bell. Amari Bell. In the event, Ethan Pinnock is here. So we're going to go with Ethan Pinnock just in case, people. I'm not saying that it will happen. Just in case. I might do one after Ethan Pinnock is here. For me personally, I don't think that Damian Lowe is 100%. So I think we're going to go with Bernard. I don't think Damian Lowe is going to be 100%. Let me see, defenders. I don't think Damian Lowe is going to be 100% as yet. Hopefully is, because we will need that recovery pace. See me simple in the comment section. People, you guys keep on saying that 4-4-2 ain't it. At the end of the day, big up Jeremy and Miller. At the end of the day, we have to go with what the coach uses. We can't go beyond what the coach does. Because me can't say, boy, me I pick my fantasy. Listen, here we go on. Let's go with what is likely to happen. Then no, me I go with my fantasy. Then I go with my fantasy, people. I'm going to go with my fantasy after. So for now, that's what I'm going to go with. Let me go with it for now, people. I will form my own opinion, people. I will form. But he didn't play 4-4-2 yesterday. Basically, it's 4-4-2, 4-4-1-2, 4-4-1-1, 4-4-1-1. The coach will start Mariappa, even though I wouldn't, since he's using that formation. Because I thought, because if the coach, then you must put Mariappa because of the coach. Yeah, sure. Marappa played a lot of minutes in recent days, you know, man. Right wing, let me go with Bailey on the right. Would he go with a double striker? Will he go with double striker? I know everybody are going to say Demarai Gray, so Demarai. What me say Demarai? Demarai. Midfield now, this is where the problem lies. This is where the problem lies. This is where the problem lies. Will we see a double striker partnership? Will we see a double striker partnership? Goes for maximum firepower. I know a lot of persons won't agree. Johnson in the holding. No Reed. Chris, you remember what he said about international cap for Whisper to get work permit? You were right. Lamar said MG, Russell can't start. Bobby Reed have to start. See there now? See, everybody have their own perspective. So let's say Daniel Johnson. So let's say Daniel Johnson. Alright, what about that, people? What about that? See there? It doesn't matter what start 11 is selected. People are going to have issues with it. I think we're going to use, I think he's going to use Latibodier as a CDM. I think he's going to use Latibodier as a CDM. See that? People have said, boy, this, that, rated, whatever. Everyone, listen, people. Everyone has their own opinion on who will start. That can't work. Need a CDM. Joel Latibodier will be the CDM. Latibodier will be the CDM, people. Now, let me, you know what? Let me, guys. So I'm not gonna move this. Alright, you know, let me move it. Let me show you 4-2-3-1. This would be my preferred setup. Let me show you my preferred setup, people. I'm going to show you my preferred setup. I think this can work. So let's have a look. What about that? A solid backline. Amarbel, Ethan, Pinnock, Bernard, Latibodier. And the reason why Bernard is there because I am unsure of Damian Lowe. Still haven't gotten any fitness update as yet. What we're gonna do for the next press conference, I will ask about Damian Lowe fitness and where him there. Because I would want to know where his fitness is at. So this would be me. This would be me. This is mine, people. This is mine. So this is mine, people. Or you can have a 4-3-3. Where is that? Where is it? Where is it? 4-3-3. Where's the 4-3-3? Good. John Russell at the base with two mobile mid-central attacking and central midfielders in Bobby Reed and Daniel Johnson. Very, very mobile in that. But the two of them, I'm unsure about the two of them. But Shane, alright, you are good. Since I'm unsure about Low, let's go with all right, let's move this as well. Mariappa. All right. Because there's always going to be an issue. There's always going to be an issue. Yes, I am unsure about Low because of fitness. Remember, Low pick up an injury with Ethan Pinnock, Shane, with Ethan Pinnock. It's just family issues, which means that things can be okay in no time. And if once things are okay in like a day or so, or 2 days, he would be okay to play. With Damian Lowe now, it's fitness, it's injury, recovery time. That's the reason. That's the reason why it's easier to have Ethan Pinnock in than Lowe. That's why. That's why, Shane. Lamar said if you play 4-3-3, it's going to be too much space because some of them man not like run back. So Shane, the two contexts is quite different. Marcus said, I see Hector asking why he didn't get a call up military. Man, what's your thoughts? I don't know, you know. I don't know. Someone sent it to me as well. I don't know. But he never necessarily said why he never get caught. I think he just make a comment said, I play cricket. Like something like he said he play cricket. Something like he said he play cricket. Like then I play cricket. Like something like that. It could be a joke. It could be a joke. It could be serious as well. It could be a joke and it could be serious. Pepper said the coach is more impressed with Joel over Russell. He's called Joel name in interviews many times and he's yet to mention Russell. Yeah, we asked him about Joel. He said that he's very much impressed with Joel Latibodier. He's really, really impressed, especially playing a position that he has never played before. And remember, you know, the 2 games that Joel has played, he has played that in the central part, center of the park. He has played in the central of the park. So that is where my lineup is concerned. Put Lati in midfield for Johnson, Lambert for Russell, and Lemmy Kisa at right back. See there? Everybody have a different starting lineup. Everybody have a different starting lineup. Lati is not a Bodier is not a box to box. Lati Bodier is actually a right back. By trade, Lati Bodier is a right back. And the coach Al Grimson put him in the midfield. So for those who are asking, Lati Bodier played midfield the other day as CDM. That's his first time he has played the CDM role. That's the first time he has played the CDM role. So I said, but yeah, you have to take off Daniel Johnson. You can't take off Daniel Johnson. And over the games that Daniel Johnson plays, they look one of the better players on the pitch. So you want to take off Daniel Johnson. That can't work. At the end of the day, you know, people think about it. We have the players on the pitch in their best possible position. Latibodier in his best position. Deshard Bernard in his best position. Let me take off Maps and put on back Ethan Pinnock. Ethan Pinnock in his best position. And Barbell in his best position. John Russell in his best position. Daniel Johnson as an attacking midfielder / central midfielder, which is also attacking midfielder in his best position, but it's the same role. Bobby Reid play any position. Leon Bailey, right wing, best position. Position we love. Demarai Gray, his best position. Mikel Antonio, his best position. This team has all the players in their best possible position. What more? What more? Shane, Pinnock wife has complication from Chatsworth. For me, Pinnock is less likely to show than Low because Low will be there. The thing I'm talking about is will he be 100% fit to play? Shane, I'm saying Low will be there. But I am not sure from what I was told yesterday that Damian Lowe is 70%. And we are 4 days away from kickoff. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're 3 days away from kickoff and he's at 70%. That's dangerous. But as it said, I'm not sure. So for the sake of that, let me put in Mariappa then. And Bernard. For that sake. Put in Mariappa and Bernard. Unfortunately, CDM slow, defense line slow. Unfortunately. It's going to be dangerous to play a high line. It's going to be very, very dangerous to play a high line. With a team like this. Marcus said Andre Glanville Pinnock. I think that's why he said Pinnock. Richard Master Russell 2 play the ball forward. Chris Smith said, Kwani, when I say something, I know what I'm talking about. They leave out Jamal Lowe, and I said it weeks ago. Lowe can go stay for recovery. You know what? Joel can't play right back to me in slow. Joel can't play right back. And the whole time, the whole season, Joel in the championship, a right back him a play. And sometimes centre back. And now you're saying can't play right back. What the heck? Pepper said, no military for Jamaica. Daniel Johnson best position is box to box, and we need him there because we have major problems progressing the ball. When have it in that era, only Johnson is capable. Johnson's in the box to box position. Travis said, Lamar, so why did the coach pick Brown and Burke if they're not fit? Kwani said, bless up every time the family. Big up, big up, big up. So where that is concerned, people, so we go through all that topics them now. I've covered the squad, fitness, players coming from vacation, system or style of play, which I think was a big one, and are we able to compete? The thing is now, people, yes, the last question now. Do you think this team can compete in the Gold Cup and be successful? That is the question. Do you think, people, that this team can compete in the Gold Cup and be successful? Avis Williams said Russell will look much better playing with DJ and Bobby. The coach needs to give him specific role and instruction. Yeah, 2 players, 2 number 8 to cover him. That's what he needs. That's what he needs. That's what he needs. Brando said Chris Jamalo declined the call for personal reasons per yesterday's press conference. Good. People in the comment section, tell us what you think if this team can be competitive. Andre Glanville said yes, we can. Travis said Chancellor and what Nana Low do know how people hate the youth. Andre said the friendlies, those both teams wasn't our strongest. Yeah, but not because we have our strongest team. No, necessarily means that we're going to play better football. The quality might up, but we still don't have the basic necessities as a team to be successful. Marcus said the amount of coach you have and so many different teams live. That's right. That may I tell her. But Marcus, at the end of the day, we still can discuss it. And to answer your question, this is where the coach capabilities come into play. Lately is going to play midfield. Pagan said competitive, yes. Fana said, of course we can compete. We just need to be disciplined and patient. Brain Drain, big up. Depends on if all the best players are available. Who do you know might be available absent at least for the first game? We'll see. Squash said Hutchinson should have gotten Paris' spot. Hutchinson have personal reasons as well. Quan said, best of Chris, certain things is happening behind the scenes, but if you put 1 and 1 together, you will get the answer. Julie said, if we play in this formation, yes. I don't think this formation is a problem. As I said to people, it's not the formation. Remember I said it. It's not the formation. It's how you play, the style of play. Brando, about 2 weeks now, asked Travis if we never know Jamalo wasn't going to get selected. Even see Travis a fight for Jamalo to be in the team. True, a long time Travis a fight, man. Travis a fight for Jamalo, the threat. Shane said, I think if we don't have either Low or Pinnock, we will drop out early. If we have at least one at full strength, then I believe at semis, finals we can. Yes, we can. Sean said, yes, we can, but still not sure about Russell. I'm not worried. I'm worried. I think we can compete. But it's going to be difficult. Chemistry, style of play, system is going to be a problematic. Once we book teams that have been training together for a long time period and know what they're trying to do, we are going to have a problem. We're going to have a team full of stars and we're going to look average. Jamaica have a good team, but the coach need help. Carl Tapper. Chris Smith said, Kwani, how much weeks now you hear me say they want Whisper and Paris in the team over Jamal Lowe? Avis said, Joel, Lati at right back will give the team balance. USA will be attacking our right side, so we need an experienced, solid player. Alright, so people, we have covered all the topics and I've been here for 1.5 hours exactly on the dot. 1.5 hours here exactly on the dot. Exactly on the dot, people. So certainly it is time for me to close off the show. It has been a good show, 1.5 hours long, that people long. People watching, see up here, so we're on the road to 30,000 subscribers. I'm not sure if we can reach it. I'm hopeful. We want to hit 30,000 subscribers by the end of the Gold Cup. By the end of the Gold Cup, we want to hit 30,000 subscribers by the end of the Gold Cup. I'm not sure if it's possible. We are now at 28,000 subscribers. We're really drawing close. We're really drawing close. Fortunately, Reggae Boyz is stressing many of us. Big up Brain Drain. Beating Trinidad is amongst else. Plenty angry fans. And remember that Trinidad team, they have been playing together. They have a bunch of players that have played together for a good while now. So, despite the quality we'll bring up on the field, if we can't put this ball on the floor, play and can make 5, 6, 7 decent passes together as a team in a specific system, we are going to get our face slapped in. And then questions are going to be asked. What is happening? Schema said, I don't see us. I don't see no overseas player sees a Jamaicans when Morocco was at the World Cup. Never see anybody complain that there's too much players wasn't born here. I don't see nobody at that. What I said. Brandon said, Chris, what are you trying to say? You knew first that they purposely wanted Jamal Lowe. They didn't want Jamal Lowe. If you decline the call up, or is it that they don't want him? Kwani, we must hear something, but we're not going to come out and say it. Oh, what go on? I don't know. What is happening? What is happening? Something we don't know about? Can say, well done, military Guna. You have revolutionized your structure of football. Me? No, man. A lot of person have done, man. A lot of person have to give credit to a lot of person. Not me alone. A lot of person have done so. But I do play my part. And I'm thankful for that. And it's rough, but I'm very much thankful for it. I do play my part. I do play my part. Jenna said, are you going to play some FIFA now? That one go play it. Yeah, me can go run some. That's how I do the show early. Good things that me get up early in the morning. Me and my wife will exercise. They will done exercise, get ready. She get ready to work. And me start work. So me can probably burn some FIFA, probably 1 hour and a half or so. And then do some more work. So, we'll see how that one go. Yeah, man. That sounds like the plan. Football is an intelligent game. Football is an intelligent game. Team must can play together. Chris Brando, why do you think me and Travis was fighting for Jamal Lowe in every comment section? It is strange because the question was asked and they said Jamal Lowe turned down because of personal reasons. So we have to work with that and we'll see how this one materializes. Let's see how this one materializes, people. Let us see. If things are happening behind the closed doors, that is football. Football is a business, people. And no matter what we want to say or how we want to look around it, money always come first in football. Unfortunately, it comes before fans' feelings. That's just how football is. So let's wish the team all the best and let's see what does go. So look out for more uploads, people. Look out for more interviews. Yesterday, the Reggae girls, and that should be a different topic still. They played a practice game against each other. I have some big questions because they're complaining about practice game. I'm like, you're in Jamaica. Play the Premier League teams them. When I work up when I go play the Premier League teams them. So on a day. When I be the Premier League team them, on halfway there. On halfway there. When I play against full grown man who are physically active and this. Play against them. See how you can match up against them. How you can outplay them. How you can outpace them. Play against them. So why they complain? Use Mount Pleasant, Cavaliers, Harbourview, Arnett. Use the 4 team them. Play against them. When you use Arnett pitch and Shane, play against the team. And see one there. See the level one there. If we can beat Arnett, at soft too no. At soft too no. Why we beat each other? We always look something to fight about. We're always looking something to fight about. We are always looking something to fight about for some reason. Always looking something. Germans, even if they play a practice game against another team, they will get hurt same way. They will get hurt same way. Just to see them, they can get hurt anyhow. They can get hurt all in the training. No, German Serbia. Me can ask you a question. From you watch Premier League, tell me how much time you have seen a player broken his foot. I've never seen it. And I watch Premier League a long while now. I can't recall seeing a player breaking another player foot in the Premier League. I can't recall seeing that. I cannot. So, even they say this while and no. Me not see no player I get lick out jawbone and then something there. And these things that happen in the Premier League overseas, lick out jawbone, bust up face. I can really recall seeing a player get head bust or nose broke or something. I've not seen it. Very, very strange. Hey, Travis, easy now. Adjust chemistry and confidence in front of goal we need in the military. Now we need it right across the team. We need it right across the team. Anyways, people. Brian James said MJ's just jinx something. No, man. I look. I look. Anyways, people, thank you very much for coming out this morning. Really, really appreciate it. I think it was a fairly decent show. I'll run through everything we want to discuss in respective order. Guys, keep on remember. Military outlook for the country to have 3 top scorers in the league, and they are all young, and yet a schoolboy get picked over them without playing any competitive football. Kwani, you have to remember, Kwani, so the coach give his explanation for that. And personally, it's not a good look. It shows the league is not at the level. That's what it's saying, and it's saying that the schoolboy that got selected is better than everyone else in the league. But you have to remember that everyone select their team different. The coach select his team different, and that's what the coach want. And you have to understand that. You have to just understand that's how things are sometimes. Avis said those 2 losses might be a blessing in disguise. Trust the process. Too much unrealistic expectation. Understand what you're saying. But at least if you put out a team like we just put out and we don't win a game, would that be unrealistic for us to expect to at least win 1 game at the table, in the group? Trinidad, USA, and St. Kitts. Would it be Trinidad, USA, St. Kitts? Would it be unrealistic if we know if we know win 1 game? If we lose all our game, then it's strange. I understand what you're saying, Avis. I 100% that's what you're saying. But I don't think it's unrealistic for us to expect the team to win. I don't think it's unrealistic to expect Jamaica to beat Jordan. It's not. I don't think it's unrealistic. Here we go, people. Smash the like button, people. Hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time. Let's see if we can hit 30,000 subscribers. Definitely. Anyways, people, keep yourself up to date with Reggae Boyz. Certainly. I'll see you guys again. Take care of yourself, people. MG Sports TV, people. One of these days, I'm gonna drop something on the rhythm. If we lose more than 1 game in the first round, we may have to go. I believe chemistry be a concern, but the players need rest. Some things are beyond our control. I think FIFA and UEFA need to give players more time between clubs and international game. That's strange. I find it strange. I want you guys to think about it. The best players in the history of the football. I want you to think about it, people. The best players in the history of football. How much football not all players are the same, but how much football those guys have played. 90% of the time, I tell you, they play more games than anybody else. Anyways, big up, people. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again. Gone. Jano Star. Camera battery dead. I'm out.